Hi, everybody, and welcome to another segment of AstrologyAnswers.com's weekly forecast. My name is Terence. The week begins on Monday, April the 24th. Keep in mind, communication Mercury is retrograde from April the 21st until May the 14th. And with Mercury in retrograde, expect the unexpected, expect to lose things, misunderstandings. I'm sure you've heard the mantra, but could be favorable for revising, retooling, going back to old projects and cleaning them up. But let's start with Monday, the 24th. Now, the moon will be in Gemini, and that gives a lot of mental stimulation. But the moon will be void of course from 5:10 or 5:16 a.m. Pacific time till 12 noon Pacific time, at which point the moon goes into Cancer. So when the moon's void of course, I mention this every week, the moon is no longer making any aspects to other planets, so the energy is flat. So it's good to stick with your routine, keep doing what you've been doing, resting, but it's not good for introducing any major new events, start new projects, because with the moon void, of course, the energy it doesn't give a lot of motivation. The energy tends to be flat. So, come 12 noon p.m. on the 24th, the moon goes into Cancer. Cancer is more reflective, more nurturing. Gemini loves to chatter and talk and network, where with the Cancer, it's like, let's just stay more close to home. Now, on Tuesday, with the moon continuing in domestic Cancer, the sun will be in harmony with pragmatic Saturn. Now, this makes for a very good day for business. That Sun-Saturn will give you the determination, the discipline, and keeps you really grounded and practical. Later in the afternoon, Pacific time, that moon in Cancer will also be very favorable with communication Mercury. That's retrograde. But since the moon will be in harmony with the Mercury, this could actually be a good thing if you're trying to reconcile misunderstandings from the past. In other words, let's try to clear the air and see where things got off track. And with the Sun-Saturn, it is a day of stability and common sense. On Wednesday, the moon continues in Cancer. By early afternoon, it's going to be in tension with expansive Jupiter. Now, Jupiter is one of the great benefics. It brings, a lot of good, fortunate energies. But that moon with the Jupiter can also trigger going over the top. Too many expectations, spending too much money, and with Mercury in retrograde, any important decisions, purchases, you could regret at a later date. Now, the moon in Cancer will also go void, of course, from 4:41 p.m. Pacific time until 11:30 p.m. Pacific time, which it then goes into Leo. Now, on Thursday, the moon's in Leo, but it's going to be in a stressful angle to the sun in Taurus. So that's usually when our old habits just kind of frustrate us. Usually, this is a good thing where you get to see where the sun is putting light to your habits, and you can't really get rid of a negative pattern if you don't recognize it. Now, Friday, the moon in Leo will be in a hard angle to surprising Uranus, upsetting Uranus, around 12 noon, 1 p.m. Pacific time. Now, that moon in Leo could be very favorable for getting out of any stuck routine and shaking things up. But it could also bring some unexpected surprises. However, a couple of hours later, late afternoon Pacific time, the moon will be in harmony with pleasure-seeking romantic Venus. So hopefully a lot of these surprises could end up being a very pleasurable situation. And we're going into the weekend, a Friday night. So this could also be very favorable, especially with the moon in Leo, for going to, the theater, a concert, a romantic dinner, a party. On Saturday, the moon will be void of course again. This is an unusual period with void of courses. On Saturday, the 29th, the moon in Leo goes void of course at 3:53 a.m. to 12 noon p.m. Pacific time, at which point it goes into sensible, practical Virgo. Now, again, with that moon void of course, just keep doing what you've been doing. Don't introduce anything new. But now with the moon going into 0 degrees of Virgo, which will start being in harmony with the sun, especially by the next day, on Sunday, but Mars, assertive, ambitious Mars, will be in harmony with progressive Uranus. Mars-Uranus energy helps us take risks, go on an adventure, really think out of the box. And so that Mars-Uranus could also stimulate a great deal of confidence to initiate new projects, new exciting projects. You just want to wait until 12 noon Pacific time or later, because prior the moon was void of course. On Sunday, as the moon continues in Virgo, it will be in harmony with the sun by mid-morning Pacific time, when the sun and the moon are in harmony. Generally, unless there's other mitigating factors in your chart, it's a comfortable day. It's when things tend to work out more effortlessly. And around noon, early afternoon, now the moon will be in harmony with that retrograde Mercury. So again, if you've had some misunderstandings because of the Mercury in retrograde over the past week, then this moon in harmony with the Mercury can help get you back on track once again. So I want to thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you next week with my next segment. Until then, be safe and well.